They say it's not scary after drinking. What's scary are the memories after being drunk. And after getting drunk, I messaged my movie queen ex-girlfriend, asking her if she wanted to get back together. But my ex-girlfriend opened the live stream to ask netizens. My ex-boyfriend asked to get back together. Should I agree? Netizens acted as relationship experts one after another. He can't agree. Hes playing with your feelings. Doesn't this mean he still likes me? Netizens got anxious. Don't be silly. Your ex-boyfriend is stringing you along. He's stringing me along because he cares about me. Why isn't he stringing you along, taking 10,000 steps back? It exploded, and I was dumbfounded. Because I sent it to the wrong person. After waking up from a hangover, I was stunned. Why chat 99 plus, calls 99 plus, texts 99 plus. I rubbed my throbbing temples, not yet understanding what had happened. Another phone call came through. A person let out a sharp cry. Brother Mew, quick, look at Weibo. Weibo is exploding. Why didn't you say you had a thing with the movie queen? What does movie queen Bai Ningbing have to do with him? I quickly went online and saw the top trending topics were all about Bai Ningbing and me. Bai Lingbing, Bai Lingbing love brain. Bai asks to get back together. I found a complete video among them. In the video, movie queen Bai Lingbing suddenly started a live stream at midnight. Her fans were very confused at first. In recent years, Bai Lingbing had gradually faded from the fans' view. Even the number of interviews was minimal. A crowd of netizens flooded in to join the fun. Soon, the number of people in the live stream exceeded 1 million. Bai Ningbing was dressed simply, in a set of dark loungewear. I recognized at a glance it was when we were dating. The first gift I gave her. When we broke up, she stiffened her neck and threw away everything I gave her. With red eyes, she said, even if I jump off the building, I want to use your things. I vaguely remember the next day. She was on the trending search. In the photo, she looked anxious. Her eyes were red, as if the sky had fallen, searching. The paparazzi said she searched the trash can for a long time, feeling so sorry they almost helped her look. Later, not long after, I announced my relationship with someone else. Bai Ningbing never made such a scene again. When there were more people, while netizens were excitedly waiting for her to speak, she unhurriedly took out her phone, opened the chat page with me, covered the contact name with her hand, looking a bit uncomfortable. I don't mean to take up public resources, but I want to ask you for help with something. My ex-boyfriend asked to get back together. Should I agree? The comments in the section were flying by. Because when we were dating, Bai Ningbing made relationship public, and she often showed off her affection. She would often suddenly post a photo with a caption saying, bought by my boyfriend. No way, no way. Are there really single dogs among my fans? For a moment it caused quite a lot of public indignation. When we broke up, she became silent instead. Once after the breakup, she got drunk, and also went on a live stream, vomiting while her eyes were red, saying with a sob, he just left. He even said he confessed to the wrong person. That's why he was with me. I'm so beautiful. How could he mistake me? Right after the breakup is with a woman who's not as beautiful as me. I'm really about to break. Why hasn't he come to hug me yet? The title netizens gave him. Fragile king, always on the verge of breaking. More precious than an antique vase. His fans really dislike me, his ex-boyfriend. Fortunately, he protected me very well. Until yesterday, no one knew his ex-boyfriend was me. Continue reading down. Sure enough, the comment section is full of insults. Some are being impassioned. Can't agree that he's playing with your feelings. Bai Ningbing was silent for a while, looking at the screen with hopeful eyes. Does this mean he still likes me? Netizens are frustrated by his weakness. Don't be silly. Your ex-boyfriend is stringing you along. Now Bai Ningbing finally exploded. He's not stringing you along. Don't just look at how he only posted, let's get back together. Just 5 short words. But it's short and sharp. It's a true reflection of his inner heart. How could he be stringing me along? Even if he really is stringing me along, it's because he cares. Why would he? Not string you along, taking 10,000 steps back. If he strings me along, am I not also at fault? Netizens, 10,000 steps back is too many. Fine, fine, I don't want to spend another second advising this cursed love brain. You are a triple crown best actress in the industry. Why do you have to be so obsessed with love? Wait, this profile picture was shown in Mubei's Weibo before. And look at their previous chat history. Lan Fang said the Gucci haute couture suit. He still needs it for the red carpet. Asked Bai Ningbing to send it to him. During that time on the red carpet, someone wore Gucci haute couture. It was black. Only Mubai fits that. Too much drama. Fine, fine, I finally know why the trending search includes my name. Netizens with 8 scopes are no joke. Bai Ningbing, witnessed by millions of netizens. Sitting up straight and serious. Picked up the phone and started typing. Okay. He stared at the phone without any reaction. Netizens, someone go hug him. I feel like he's really about to break. Sister, are you playing the stock market? Your face is turned green. Even my cuckold hat isn't as green as Bai Ningbing's home screen. Video ends. I tremblingly opened WeChat and saw Bai Ningbing's reply from last night. If you're sincere about getting back together, it'll take a loss. Agreed, I don't even like you. It's just because I missed the line. You know, I'm usually quite steady. But dating without the intention of marriage is just being a hooligan. I check next week. It's a good day. I'm planning to propose to you. Next week is suitable for engagement. We'll get married on the 3rd of next month. I've already thought of the baby's name. It'll be Moonyanbai. Or Banyan Moo works too. Where are you? Why aren't you talking? Please don't play with me. I'm just a sensitive and fragile little girl. Coke, if you don't want to. The power is out. I can take a small. Is this still Bai Ningbing? Finally, I know why he cried like a whistling kettle at the end of the video. I tremblingly typed. If I said I sent it to the wrong person, would you believe me? A video call came in, and the moment it connected, I felt as if I heard the screeching sound of a whistling kettle. The kettle sound was too loud, so I hung up. The kettle cried even harder, but I enjoyed the piece. Just started watching a TV drama starring Bai Ningbing. Complaints taking off from all directions. A phone call interrupted me. It was Bai Ningbing's. After the little assistant picked up, the other party was a bit embarrassed. Brother Mew, teacher Bai, just drank a lot of wine, crying more piercingly than the firecrackers at New Year. He's delirious now. I want to take him home, but he refuses to come with me no matter what. In his mouth, he keeps muttering your name, and only responds to your name. I don't know, Brother Moo. Are you available now? Her tone was pitiful. She's just a worker, yet she has to endure the boiling kettle. I couldn't help but soften my voice out of pity. Address, I'm coming. She was so moved she was about to. Suddenly, Bai Ningbing's drunken voice came from the phone. How dare you? I don't allow you to. You can't like Mubai. If you dare like him, I'll dock your pay. My Mubai. I agree to get back together, boo-hoo. I'm willing to marry Mubai. Even if it's boo-hoo. Crying uncontrollably. I understood the girl's predicament. On the other end of the phone, Bai Ningbing's crying lingered in the air, unceasingly. The pitch rose and fell. He might have been a musician in his past life. The assistant's miserable face. Seeing me was like seeing a savior. I nodded to her, and looked at the figure on the sofa. Bai Ningbing leaned on the sofa, his body sinking in slightly. His slightly long bangs covered his eyes. His whole being was submerged in darkness spreading from his legs, as if it were about to swallow him whole. I couldn't bear to see him like this. I stepped forward and leaned down, my gaze sweeping over him. He was so drunk he was almost asleep. I patted his shoulder. Bai Ningbing, let's go home. He finally opened his hazy eyes. His vision focused, and his voice was hoarse. But I don't have a home anymore. Wherever Mubai isn't, is not home. The corners of his eyes were red, set against his naturally porcelain white skin. It looked even more striking. His thin, pale pink lips were tightly pursed. He was clearly about to cry again. With sharp eyes, I covered his mouth as fast as lightning. Behind me, the little assistant gave me a thumbs up and whispered to me, "Brother, how did you know he was about to cry?" I waved my hand calmly. I turned my head, wanting to take Binding Bing home with the assistant. When I turned back, the assistant was nowhere to be seen. Binding Bing had told me before that his new assistant was very observant. Turns out she's only observant for Binding Bing. She knows exactly who pays the salary. I'm really suffering. I got someone to help me carry Binding Bing to my car. I drove him to his doorstep, but he refused to get out. He glanced outside the car, at the house, and crossed his arms. This is my home. I suppressed the urge to hit someone, just as I was about to pull him out of the car. Inside the dim carriage, the streetlights cast spots of light on Binding Bing's profile. I saw the corners of his eyes turning red, and his eye sockets gradually became moist. Tears pooled and slid down from the corners of his eyes. At that moment, my heart felt sore and soft, and a bit astringent. Besides me, who else do you want to get back with? Me bye? But I don't want anyone but you. Saying anywhere by your side isn't fake. I avoided her gaze, trying to say something else to lighten the mood. Does your mom know you smile like this? But it didn't seem to work. She was still crying. I only want to be by your side. She cried like rain on a pear blossom. Not annoying at all. Instead, it made me slightly excited, smelling so strongly of alcohol. Clearly not even conscious anymore, yet still so persistent. I finally softened and took him back to my home. He glanced out the window, said solemnly, this is my home, Mubai. You finally found my home. Why does it feel both funny and sad? I must have lost my mind to pity him and bring him to my home. Even allowed him to sleep in my bed, just like before we broke up. As well behaved when drunk, obediently listening to me, washing his face and brushing teeth. After changing into pajamas, he left at my place, feeling refreshed or not. He sat on the bed looking at me with eyes open. I asked what's wrong. He beckoned me over. Come here. I walked over as he wished. His eyes were glistening, but his face was full of seriousness. Serious, we used to exercise at night. Okay? No, I sternly refused him. Don't drive and drink. Don't drive if you drink. Did you drink? He lowered his head aggrievedly. Weirdly, I softened a bit. He suddenly grabbed my hand, taking me by surprise. Kissed me. No driving, but kissing should be okay. His kissing technique was as good as ever. The moment we kissed, it felt like returning to the honeymoon phase, wishing to be stuck together every moment, always unable to stop wanting to kiss. Once eyes met, instantly sparking, kissing skillfully. Not until later did I find out that love also depends on family status. While lost in thought, Bai Bing suddenly stirred deeper and more urgently, as if wanting all my attention on him. Dissatisfied with my distraction just now, I reached out and hooked his neck, wrapping even tighter. A new bout of dizziness. After I woke up, I regretted it on the spot. You should go back quickly, before the paparazzi catch us. I looked away guiltily, not daring to see him look at me like a heartbreaker. He stared straight at my eyes. The gaze was burning and direct. I almost couldn't stay still. He said aggrievedly, Mubai, I've lost my innocence. You have to take responsibility for me. I subconsciously retorted, what innocence? Wasn't it already gone when we were dating? He became even more self-righteous. Then you should be responsible for me to the end. I chose to ignore him, urging him to leave quickly. A knock on the door sounded. I was stunned for a moment, walking over to open the door, seeing an unexpected person at my doorstep. He was the same as before. Hairstyle was American long curls. His face looked cold, only pulling a smile upon seeing me. This is my ex-girlfriend Sue Bai Jo. Not far behind was also my ex-girlfriend you mentioned getting back together with at the same time. Unhurried footsteps came from behind. My heart leaped into my throat. Sue Bai Jo thought for a moment, seeming to feel it wasn't formal enough, and changed his wording again. About the reconciliation you mentioned 2 days ago. I considered it for a long time. I came here specifically to tell you. I agree. Before he finished, the door slammed shut in front of him with a bang. Before I could react, I saw that after Bai Bing closed the door, he turned around and said fiercely, reconciliation? What reconciliation? No reconciliation allowed. You are not allowed to reconcile with him. Seeing that I was unmoved, his eyes gradually turned red with a glance. His moist eyes looked at me aggrievedly and began, pick me Mubai. Not a single woman in the world is any good. Don't reconcile with her. She's no good. I raised an eyebrow. Then you are? He nodded as a matter of course. And you should send the reconciliation news to me first. Only send it to her the next day, to show that she is not your first choice at all. I am, okay? I was a bit moved by his display of effort. The next moment, the door rang again. This time Bai Bing was quick and opened the door before me, facing Sue Bai Jo with the posture of a mistress of the house. Sue Bai Jo was calm and composed, handing the coat in his arms to me behind Bai Bing. You left your coat at my place. That gaze on my head was even more venomous than the summer sun. I laughed awkwardly. Thanks, sorry for the trouble. He curled his lips. Mubai, you don't have to be so formal with me. Beside me, Bai Bing's gaze could almost stare 2 black holes into someone. I bit the bullet and exchanged a few pleasantries, and hurriedly urged him to go back. The smell of gunpowder was so heavy it was about to explode. A tall figure blocked my way. Bai Bing's eyes flickered, both hands gripping my wrists separately, raised them and pinned them against the door, lowered his head and kissed my lips. Mubai, I'm jealous. Very, very jealous. That woman is much uglier than me, looking like a little white flower. She's not worthy at all. So this is being jealous? I love to see it. Bring it on. I can take it. I was kissed until my head was spinning, holding back a laugh. And you are worthy? Of course, I'm the best actress. What kind do you like? It'll change into whatever you like for you. I can even change my persona for you every day. Reconcile. Stop looking at him. Look at me. My cost-performance ratio is higher. He desperately sold himself and lowered his head to kiss me again. Reconcile with me. I want to take you to meet my parents and marry you immediately. Okay? I'm not a jerk at all. I can also take the initiative to bring you a coat and take the initiative to mention reconciliation so you don't have to. At that moment, I felt like a bucket of ice water was poured over me from head to toe. All the ambiguous atmosphere froze and dissipated. I pushed him away. I stuffed her things into her arms. Bai Bing, we won't reconcile. Just pretend nothing happened yesterday. Let's not see each other again. I'm afraid that every time I meet him, he'll always soften my heart and be attracted to him again. That time, we parted on bad terms. I didn't reply to Sue Bai Jo either. His message lay quietly in my phone. I thought I wouldn't run into Bai Bing again. Even if we did, we wouldn't have any more interaction. But not long after, I attended a banquet and ran into Sue Bai Jo and his first love. I quietly looked away, not wanting to meet them. But Sue Bai Jo didn't think so. When he saw me, he waved to me, calling my name. Even his first love. Looked over. I lowered my head, pretending not to hear Sue Bai Jo walking towards me step by step. Soon, people's gazes accidentally fell on us, seemingly gossiping about how Sue Bai Jo and I knew each other. After all, Sue Bai Jo is a wealthy young lady, while I am just a third-tier male. Sue Bai Jo whispered, "Why didn't you reply to my messages? You didn't even reply to my greeting." I didn't look at him, because I didn't really want to reply. It was only when I was drunk that I truly considered the proposal Sue Bai Jo mentioned a while ago. He said he couldn't marry the man he loved most, and I didn't have a woman I loved most either. Why don't the two of us just date like this? We could live together as partners in the future. She even said she would manage her private life well, and would give me appropriate help. That time, with the alcohol hitting my head, I really started considering this matter. After all, I'm almost 30, and my family's pressuring me. But now I don't want to anymore. Sue Bai Jo frowned and turned to look at his first love, who was already a husband. Just because of him, we dated for so long without any issues last time. As soon as he came back, you quit. Why? He's already married. And, even if I really liked him, I wouldn't force myself to be with him. I shook my head. It wasn't because of you. When I started dating Subaijo, he couldn't forget his first love. But the first love was already married. He just wanted to separate the two of them bit by bit. And I was only used to make binding being back off. My presence was effective. His first love, because the affection for the marriage partner wasn't deep, conversely took the initiative to approach Subaijo. He even provoked me a few times for his sake, wanting to compete with me, to let me know Subaijo loved him more. I was disgusted. Not being fooled, he finally had a big cry. Subaijo was with his first love that day and didn't contact me for a long time. In the end, he just called to say, he's still a young boy. Give him a break. I won't accompany you today. He came to me crying very sadly. His friends aren't malicious. They were just too worried about him to target you. Every single thing was his fault. He hadn't sorted out his own feelings, wanting to use another relationship to help her escape, and even failed to manage a lot between the ex-boyfriend and the current boyfriend. I think we are indeed not suitable to be together, and I don't plan to consider spending the rest of my life with him. So I brought up a breakup. Who knew that after the breakup, he seemed to have a sudden realization, knowing how excessive he was before. He came to find me repeatedly, and even neglected his first love quite a bit. A while ago, he proposed a reconciliation to me. After repeated consideration, I was moved. That night, I drank a lot of alcohol alone. Reason told me I should do this. I should detach myself from that relationship. But I still cried uncontrollably, and even accidentally sent the news of the reconciliation to Bai Minging, which led to a series of mix-ups later. Subaijo didn't understand why I said it was his problem, and even less understood why. Clearly, his first love hadn't caused me any irreversible harm back then, and even apologized sincerely afterwards. Why am I still holding on to this question? He asked me why. I said, you're still asking me why now? This is the reason. I'm the one who should ask him why. It was clearly just a mutually beneficial cooperation. It's already over. Why keep asking again and again? He grabbed my hand. There was a bit of panic in his eyes. You tell me. I might be able to change. Mubai? Won't you give me a chance? I don't want it to end in such a muddled way. Everyone seems to be watching this farce. I frowned. Subaijo, we don't need to contact each other anymore. Now please let go. But he seemed not to hear. A hand reached out from the side, pulling his hand away mercilessly. The voice was familiar, but it had a strange coldness. Even if given 100 more chances, would still be like this, entangled with an ex-boyfriend, while asking the current one for a chance. Oh no, he's an ex-boyfriend now. If you only learned from your ex-boyfriend how to cut ties completely with an ex, it wouldn't have come to this. For a moment, I didn't know if he was speaking for me, or being sarcastic to me. I silently lowered my head, reducing my sense of presence. But in my heart, I thought, it's over. With this scene today, tomorrow, my manager will be chain calling me. After a while, Bai Lingbing took my hand and led me out of the venue. I looked back, glanced at the delicacies at the banquet. I haven't eaten a single bite today. What a huge loss. But when Bai Lingbing saw me look back, her face darkened the shade. Are you still so obsessed with that damn scumbag woman? She's clearly still connected to her ex-boyfriend. You can still like her fine, but why can't I? No, the three fatal questions. I fell silent. I muttered, because you're not good enough. He got even angrier. His eyes turned red with rage, on the edge of an emotional breakdown. Yet his voice was still controlled. When we were together, when did I ever not serve you well? You actually said I'm not good enough. Not good, then he's good? Mubai, you have no heart. The last sentence was shouted louder, giving me a startle. I looked up and met Bai Lingbing's red, moist eyes. The moment our eyes met, he stubbornly turned his face away, not letting me see. Although it's not nice to say, but his tears are really my stimulant. Finally, I understand why in CEO novels, the CEO is always obsessed with the stubborn little white flower. But I was also confused. Bai Lingbing was just crying there silently, without making a sound. Even more stubborn. A bit moved. The deer in my heart was also racing. But I killed the deer, to avoid having any more unrealistic thoughts. I pursed my lips tightly, but still handed over a tissue. Wipe them, we're going out in a bit. Don't let people see. He glared at me. I'm not even afraid of being seen. You are? I awkwardly tried to pull my hand back. He forced my hand to wipe his tears. He looked fierce as hell, but he wasn't threatening at all. Mubai, can't you be more mindful? Don't let just any trash near you, and take a liking to them. He threw down another sentence fiercely. After returning, my mind was full of images of Bai Ningging, playing on a loop. I took out the beer from the fridge, and drank several bottles in a row. My lips uttered a sentence slowly. Not just any trashy woman will do. The only one I fancy is you. As if responding to what Bai Minging said back then. But he won't hear it. Suddenly the room fell into darkness. I clenched my palms. My brain, muddled from being drunk, finally cleared up a bit. Hurriedly fumbled for my phone. Turned on the flashlight. Thunder roared outside. But without warning, I thought of how Bai Minging and I encountered this when we were dating. He knew I was afraid of the dark. He wouldn't tease me on purpose, and would comfort me when I was scared. He would give me enough sense of security from the start. I took out the guitar at home and sang while playing. My voice was gentle and lingering. He would also cover me with a quilt when I slept, comforting me saying, "Don't be afraid if there really are ghosts. Just let them catch me instead." I was amused by him, and actually wasn't that scared anymore. Suddenly there was a knock at the door, followed by a more than familiar voice calling my name. "Mubai, it's an illusion, right?" I rejected him again and again. If it were me, I wouldn't have followed anymore. Bai Lingding, an heir to a wealthy family, is always high and mighty. How could he come looking for me again? But I still held my phone and leaned against the wall to the door. Opened the door, my body still carrying a faint, fresh, sweet scent of alcohol. What met my eyes was Bai Ningbing's face. I seemed to be truly drunk. Bai Ningbing had a sour face, and the one who's drunk, even though you pushed away me so many times, but I still couldn't stop worrying about you. Just now at the banquet, I didn't mean to be mean to you. I was just a bit sad. He's so bad. Yet you still like him. Inexplicably, my eyes felt sore, filling with tears, but I lowered my head, not wanting anyone to see me at this moment, leaning towards fragile emotions. It's never just one straw that breaks a person, but every single one that makes my heart soften isn't his one suppressed cry. But every time he compromises with me, every time he considers me, Bai Lingding's voice was flat. Power outage tonight. It's raining so hard outside. I came to see you. Wait for the power to return. Lunch. Before he finished speaking, I stared straight at him. My gaze was extremely direct. Interrupted him. You're right. It's raining tonight. I grabbed his hand and pulled him into the room, using the other hand to close the door. Leaning closer, both hands like a snake, nimbly wrapping around his neck, continuing to murmur softly. I'm drunk too. So at this moment, I'm always irrational. Briefly forgetting those trifles. Forgetting that Uncle Bai came to find me back then. Gave me a check. Told me to leave his daughter. I looked up. Kissed his lips. Urgently prying open his lips. Madly plundering the breath that belonged to him. To prove he is here. Especially when I missed him the most. He came in drunk. But I also seemed not drunk. I clearly felt the temperature of his lips. Feeling the familiar sweetness. The breath, the air in the mouth cavity was squeezed out bit by bit. But I still held his neck tightly. Seeking his warmth and breath. After he pushed me away and panted twice. I had already recovered. Mubai, you are drunk. My eyes rippled with an emotion hard to read. staring into his eyes. I am drunk. Won't you let me kiss you? His eyes dimmed. I'm afraid you'll regret it when you wake up. I kissed him again. No regrets. Even if your dad comes, I won't regret it. He froze for a moment, not understanding what it had to do with his dad. Soon, his attention was drawn back by this kiss. Clothes fell all over the floor. In the dim light, the drunkenness was charming. My cheeks were flushed. My head was dizzy, but there was an indescribable sense of satisfaction. Bai Ningbing's voice was low and hoarse. Kiss me, Mubai. I will serve you well. When you wake up tomorrow, you have to take responsibility for me. I nodded haphazardly, urging him to hurry. Thunder roared outside. Downpouring rain ravaged the garden downstairs. The delicate stamens were tossed about. Rain kept hitting the flowers, and unable to bear it, fell to the ground. A cold downpour swept through the whole city. When I woke up again, I met an intense gaze. My temples throbbed a bit. The events of last night surfaced in my mind. I clenched my palms. Can't drink again next time. Last time I drank, I accidentally sent a message to Bai Yanbing. This time I drank and actually slept with him. Mubai, if you don't take responsibility, I will right then. I asked what then get pregnant for you to see right then. Who exactly is drunk? Was I unsatisfactory last night? Why don't you look very happy? If only I could get pregnant. Then I could tie you down. I am silent. Be quiet. I'm thinking. Satisfied. I am satisfied. And I feel a faint bit of happiness inside. My thoughts are just a bit messy. Need to sort out my thoughts first. As a result, he misunderstood that I didn't want to take responsibility. From within the messy clothes on the floor, fumbled out his phone. Before long, I received a call from my manager. Only then did I know what he was doing secretly. He posted a blog entry. Why can't I get pregnant? Someone never wants to take responsibility. If it were a female-dominated world, so many likes and retweets. The comments went crazy. Netizens didn't have a great impression of you before. I'll penalize myself with a drink. I'll crown you as the chief of dating from now on. A female-dominated world is just around the corner thanks to you. I'm dying of laughter. Is the movie queen still being pursued? Of a man could be Mubai? Mubai, please start a class. I'm listening on my knees. Khea brother Mu. Just for the sake of our shamelessness, please take responsibility for Bai Ningbing. I feel like his about to break. A bunch of people comforting Bai. Ningbing himself is right in front of me. The speed of my debunking can't keep up with the speed of his rumors. How will I have any face left? My gossip can't be hidden even a bit. Beside me, Bai Ningbing's gaze is still intense. I couldn't help but rub my forehead and smile bitterly. You really are something. I won't go back on what I said. I will take responsibility for you. His eyes suddenly lit up. Get back together. Let's get back together immediately. And set up a contract. I'm afraid you'll run away. I think he's the one who should worry. His dad doesn't approve of us. Soon another topic hit the hot search. Deep Kiss CP went big at the banquet. Who was being killed by the sweetness? Deep Kiss CP seems to be me and Bai Ningbing. This is giving out sugar. Then if I kiss Bai Ningbing, and you guys see it, wouldn't that be like drinking concentrated glucose? If they knew I talked to him yesterday, they'd be even more excited. This phone notification sounds. A chat popped up on the screen. Mubai. Yesterday was my fault. I didn't consider your feelings. I won't make these mistakes again. Give me one more chance. I was quick with my hands, immediately reaching out to flip the screen over. But Bai Ningbing was clearly sharp-parried. He grabbed the phone first, staring intensely at the avatar on the screen. Damn Su Baizhou stole my ex when we broke up and now reconnected to steal my current boyfriend. Wasn't that all me? He thought I was angry because of Su Baizhou. Clearly looking like he was about to cry. I was quick with my hands, covered his mouth. Don't cry. The whistling sound of a kettle. I don't want to hear it again. I didn't dare let go. Explaining, I've already made it clear to him. Since I have no intention of getting back together, I won't contact him again. Bai Ningbing indeed calmed. I let go. Only then did he say unhurriedly, indeed want contact. How cleanly you broke it off with me back then. He felt wronged. He didn't used to get jealous this often. I know he feels insecure. It's because he feels Su Baizhou is enough of a threat that he's hostile towards him like this. I cupped his face. If I didn't break it off cleanly, I was afraid of having improper thoughts about you, unable to stop myself from getting close to you. He murmured softly, if you can't control it, then don't. Isn't it good to be close to me? I couldn't help but smile sweetly. He took my hand. Meeting parents soon. Mom, I don't want to wait anymore. Bai Ningbing meant what he said. Immediately contacted his parents. Thinking of meeting that unsmiling again. Serious Uncle Bai who took out a check to make me leave Bai Ningbing. I felt uneasy in my heart. Bai Ningbing held my hand firmly, not daring to let go at all, soothing me in a low voice. Don't worry, Mubai. My parents are very gentle. If I hadn't seen them before, I might have believed it. But this time, I didn't back down, actively gripping his hand tight. Yeah, I'm not worried. Because I know with him here, there will be no accidents. He will protect me, even in front of his parents. He asked me nervously. This time you're not allowed to leave me again. Thinking of him crying like a whistling kettle, I couldn't help but laugh. Stretching out my pinky finger. Then let's pinky swear. If you don't let go, I will definitely not let go. Okay? He was dissatisfied. No, neither of us is allowed to let go. A warm current flowed through my heart. I was still smiling. Okay, when we arrived, the maids in the Bai family villa were still busy. The flowers and plants in the yard are already exquisite enough, yet someone is still striving for perfection. They are busy arranging the garden and the villa's interior. Bodyguards are patrolling in all directions. I couldn't help but look around. No wonder Uncle Bai said the gap between us was too large back then. In the living room, Bai Ningbing's parents haven't glanced at me once since I entered. Every time our eyes almost met, they immediately looked away, asking about Bai Ningbing's recent situation. Just not looking at me, Bai Ningbing frowned, clearly sensing their abnormality, and quickly gave them a look. Mom, Dad, before we came, what did you promise me? Auntie gave a forced laugh, as if she had just seen me, and quickly greeted. Oh, so this is Ningbing's little boyfriend. He's really handsome. Are you hungry? The dishes in the kitchen will be ready soon. Uncle also chimed in. There's fruit on the table. What does Mubai want to eat? I curled my lips and smiled. I'm not eating, thank you. Auntie's eyes suddenly darted toward the kitchen. She stood up. Ningbing, come with me to check the kit. Chen to see why the food isn't ready yet. And give a hand. Bai Ningbing didn't get up. I smiled unhurriedly at Uncle and Auntie. Uncle, Auntie, you don't need to send Bai Ningbing away. If you have something to say it right here. If you still want to dismiss me with a check this time, you might as well dismiss your daughter with a check first. Before coming here this time, I promised her, if she doesn't let go, I will never let go. Bai Ningbing stood up with a start, eyes like fire, staring at Uncle and Auntie. You gave Mubai a check to make him leave me? The two of them looked at each other, feeling more and more guilty. Finally, Uncle spoke up to explain the misunderstanding. It's all a misunderstanding. After his explanation, I finally knew what the misunderstanding was. Back then, Uncle Bai approached me and gave me a check, where I could fill in any amount, just to make me leave his daughter. At that moment, the plot of a TV drama reflected into reality, but my hands and feet went cold. Hearing Uncle say, the gap between you is vast. Even if you are together, you might not last long. I didn't want to bring humiliation upon myself, so I took the check while holding back tears. Fine, no go. It's not like I can't live without Bai Ningbing. But Uncle was only testing me on purpose. That's why he said that. Yet I actually took the check, and took the initiative to distance myself from Bai Ningbing. After the breakup, Bai Ningbing cried so desperately at home, that she almost descended heaven in a spiral. Uncle and Auntie Bai couldn't stand being bothered by her anymore. In those days, Auntie would often criticize Uncle Bai at the drop of a hat. Why did you have to go and mess with her boyfriend? Now look what happened. Her boyfriend is gone. She cries every day if she goes blind from crying. See if I don't kill. Uncle Bai had a long face. I just saw Bing Bing was so deeply involved. Contribute a bit. I wanted to test that young man. If he passed, I'd give him a large sum of money, so he could live a good life with Bing Bing. Auntie rolled her eyes. You wanted to do your part for him, but I think you just wanted to vent. Hearing this, I fell silent. Bai Mingding also fell silent. Gradually, Rinzo's eyes reddened. How could you be like this? I almost cried my eyes out back then. Uncle and Auntie felt guilty. Auntie glared at Uncle. She slapped him right on the forehead. It's all your fault for always wanting to test people. Their romance was harder than the postgraduate entrance exam. Seeing Uncle like that, she couldn't bear it anymore. She had to hug Bai Lingbing to comfort his emotions. His head was buried in the crook of my neck. Tears had already soaked that patch of skin. Burning hot. So that's why you broke up. I'm sorry, Mubai. I made you suffer. You must have been so helpless then, yet. I didn't notice, and even said you heartlessly abandoned me. As he spoke, his crying became heavier. My nose also felt a sting. I hadn't originally felt that wronged. But hearing him say it, that sense of grievance was magnified many times over. Listening to his crying gradually spiraling out of control, I laughed out loud. With you here, I'm not wronged. Well, never be apart again. Later, Bai Mingbing used the company he founded to snatch several orders from Uncle's company. Uncle was furious, but it was his own fault. He had to suffer in silence. And those orders were all handed over to me by Bai Mingbing. He said, these are all for you. They are all your premarital property. No one else can touch them. I couldn't help but throw myself into his arms. Thank you for your persistence back then.